MetaMike, we all know, is the greatest website right now for coins. Team of the season is near. Get acquainted with my code META. That's code META for the best meta cards. Team of the season is near. Not just 8% off, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. For instance, if you purchase 30 million coins, you get an additional 4.5 million coins. So they have a added bonus when purchasing coins. That's why MetaMike is the GOATs. Now, if you also check their page out, they do have giveaways. So go check the description out right now. Let's get it. Bros, what to do, man? We are back with another video now. It is top 5 best formations right now. There was someone in my comment section. I think I hid him from the channel, bro, because he said some dumb ass thing, bro. Brody said quit with the meta content, etc. I literally am the guy for meta content, if that makes sense. So if obviously you see a lot of like meta titles and stuff, it's because I'm trying to like update you guys and give you the best like stuff right now. Like for instance, I did the top 3 best formations. I think it was like before last week, and then obviously now there's some new formations or tactics, you could say. Obviously it's pretty similar to previous months, we could say, but right now the ones that are currently working, you know, for let's say streamers, let's say a couple of the pro players, are the formations that I'm about to show you. So yeah, we got the very first one's going to be Anders' 4-2-1-3, obviously used in the pro events and stuff. The 4-2-1-3 is just such a ratty formation. Unfortunately, it's going to be top 5 right there. Obviously, I won't give you the exact rundown of which is first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth in the top 5, but it definitely is top 5. Let's just say that 4-2-1-3 though. Anders is running balanced build-up style. Of course, he doesn't want to have too much press. Obviously, with these formations, man, and especially the new players now included in the game, yeah, people's teams are insane, bro. Especially now, like with the promos, the shapeshifters. I think balanced is not a bad shout right there. I play personally short passing. I love it because of the 1-2s. You know, players get into position very quickly. But I do think build-up style is not bad as well. Obviously, given by the pro player himself, Anders saying that build-up style is good. Defensive approach is obviously 70 as well. So he doesn't play 90. Obviously, was nerfed with the stamina depletion. And yeah, you can play 90 though if you need a goal. That's what I do know. But just watch out for the stamina depletion. We do have the goalkeeper on balanced right there as well. And sweeper keeper, very interesting. I feel like someone like Milinkovic Savic is perfect. You know, the taller goalkeepers, because kind of throws the opponents off. You know, when a big keeper is running at you, you don't know what to do. So sweeper keeper kind of makes sense as well. And yeah, he's obviously got 2 center backs being defend. That's pretty standard. And then the 2 fullbacks at defend. Why it's so ratty is you have your 2 fullbacks right at defend with 2 CDMs, bro. Now we know CDMs obviously cut back and they cut out the cutbacks. So essentially it's like you have basically 6 players behind the wall, bro, or behind the line, which is insane. We have obviously, what I've noticed as well, the 2 CDMs, a lot of people are playing deep lying build up for both of them now. I used to actually play deep lying build up with one and then holding defend for the other. But I feel like deep lying now is actually the best that most people are using. So yeah. By the way, just ignore the plays I have. Obviously, I'm using these plays in a different formation. This is just preset. You will obviously copy the tactics or the code. I'll leave it in the top comment, by the way. And you can obviously check yourselves, situate players yourselves. But yeah, for now, I mean, the team still looks decent though. Cafu obviously has the cam. Yeah, I think that for the 2 CDMs, the main thing I always say is have someone that's small alongside someone that's tall, bro. So it's like the perfect like contrast, because you have one that's like shrugging plays off the ball, and then you have another guy that like collects the ball, very low center of gravity, can distribute it as well. And especially in like heavy gameplay, which is most of the time, it's not a bad shot. Obviously, Cafu is the playmaker balance as well. If you look at his heat map, currently situated at that cam spot, and can actually go up, left, right, or kind of coming back a little bit to collect the ball, which is nice. So yeah, kind of makes sense, man. We all know the 4-2-1-3, bro. It's very OP, man. Inside forward as well. Roaming, interesting. He plays roaming as well. Now, this formation is definitely trialed and tested as for all the other ones, but this one I think is the most trialed and tested throughout the whole community, bro. Like everyone is using this formation, especially if you need like wins. Everybody just rocks up with this one because it's just so OP, man. Especially with how OP they made CDMs now. It's kind of like the perfect balance. It used to be the 4-4-2, but why not have a cam as well, if that makes sense, to obviously collect and play down centrally whilst still having the width. So yeah, very nice formation. Let's jump over to the other one right there, which is my default tactic that I'm currently using, is the 4-1-4-1. Very OP formation as well. You can obviously add the code and then tweak it, because personally, not a lot of people use short passing like me. I like the short passing techniques, especially in good gameplay, because if people are situated very compactly, it allows for very nice tiki-taka movement, and that's why I use short passing. And then obviously defensive approaches being high, 70. I think majority of players are using that one. So yeah, goalkeeper defend, fullbacks defend as well, because you only have one CDM. But yeah, overall though, the CDM that I said in this formation is probably going to be the main guy, because he's going to distribute the ball, he's going to defend, he's going to do majority of the stuff. So I'd say someone like a Ruud Gullit, a very statement piece character at CDM would work. So ideally you want to definitely place someone there. Let's jump over to the 2 CMs. Now ideally what I've noticed with this formation, a lot of people are playing box to box for both. The thing is, for me, I felt like the box to box kind of clashed a little bit. I like the playmaker roaming, because he kind of goes where the player is, and then it allows for the other CM to kind of drop back a little bit, because the other one is roaming. Especially if you're in attacking, you have Cafu kind of dropping back alongside Beckham, which is nice. But overall though, I do understand why people would play box to box for both CMs. Yeah, you just need to have good stamina for both CMs, which majority of players do have now, obviously with the new promos. But yeah, inside forward as well for the 2 wingers slash obviously mids. Yeah, inside forward is just such an OP thing to do. Yeah, especially for most of the wingers. But if you want to alleviate, I always say alleviate pressure, you know, kind of play on the wide, you can have one on a winger. It does work, and then one on inside forward. Not a bad shout. And then every possible striker is going to get advanced forward plus. It's just the most OP, man. Why do not fix what's broke? Yeah, I've completely butchered that statement. Let's jump over to D. So we've done the 4-2-1-3, we've done the 4-1-4-1. Now the 4-2-3-1, this is the third formation, short passing as well, high defensive approach. Yeah, this formation is kind of like, you could say, the 4-1-2-1-2/2. It's just this one's a little bit more defensive. I just wish formations like the 4-1-2-1-2 works. Unfortunately, it doesn't, bro. It's just too compact. You don't have width at all. Do you get me? Like, but I like both formations in the regard of passing techniques, like the tiki-taka with this formation, bro. The diamond play that you can do, brilliant. But yeah, most of the time though, you can see, I feel like for the majority of formations that hold 2 CDMs, the fullbacks can be balanced. So completely up to you. If you feel like you are, if they a little bit bunching, then by all means you can actually remove them and actually add them as a defend for focus. I always say it. So overall, you can even add 1 defend and 1 balanced. Not a bad shout. So you can play around with them, and at the end of the day, like, you don't have to use the exact same tactics. I'm just kind of showing you how you can play around with it. It's completely up to you. That's why this game is Ultimate Team, because you want to obviously make your own Ultimate Team, your own tactics, play around with it and stuff. Don't just copy and paste, man. So I always say it. But yeah, we've got obviously 2 CDMs. Now, this is my personal favorite. Holding defend, because essentially they just drop in between the defenders alongside the fullback. And act like a 5th center back, you could say, slash even 5th fullback, or 3rd fullback, sorry. And they don't actually go up that much. So someone like a Ruud Gullit, a Vieira is always good. And then you have your deep lying playmaker, which is kind of like a, you could say, Ruud Gullit, someone that's a little bit offensive as well. Not a bad shot. Playmaker roaming goes wherever the ball is, pretty much in that cam slot. What I noticed though with the playmaker roaming at cam in the 4-2-3-1 is sometimes he's not at cam. Like, he does roam a little bit too much, if that makes sense. So what you can do is you can actually go keep him on balanced playmaker, bro. I feel like that's not a bad shout, because even if you look at the heat map, yeah, he doesn't really go too much like the roaming, if that makes sense. So completely up to you, man. We've also got the wingers shadow striker attack for your best cam. I'd say your best like attacking cam, and then obviously playmaker roaming, or sorry, balanced for the Lamb, and then striker Ronaldo. Yeah, pretty much similar to the 4-2-2, which I'm about to show you. But yeah, that is, I think, pretty much this, most of the formations, right? So we've showed, just bear with me, we've showed the 4-1-4-1, the 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2-2, and then the last one, I think, no, we haven't showed the 4-2-2, I don't think, right? So yeah, as you can see, I'll obviously leave the, the pinned comment, you will check. But overall though, as you can see, Playmaker roam, you got shadow striker, pretty much similar to the 4-2-3-1 as well. These formations all encompass cams. I feel like the cams are just insane. If it's not cams, obviously the wingers, but I do think you can play around with it at the end of the day. Someone like, for instance, I'm thinking that's a brilliant cam, probably Frank Ribery. You know, those type of cards that can play winger and cam is perfect, because if you want to change the formation, you can. To a cam, you know, it's not a bad shot. But yeah, 2 strikers, obviously, advanced forward plus. And then obviously defend. Fullbacks is on balance for this one because there's 2 CDMs, as I said. And there are 2 for this one, right? Is actually 2 CDMs that build up and deep lying, bro. Very interesting. I see that actually one tactic, and I've actually used this formation previously, but I have not used it with the deep lying and build up, bro. Now for both as well. Now if you check the heat map right there, they'll act as pretty much DMs/CMs, and sometimes might go into the category of cam when they are like all the way up the field, but majority of the time they're gonna fall back, which is nice. And then you still have your 2 cams. It's a very OP formation. This might be one of the best alongside the 4-2-1-3. Cannot lie to you, but yeah, I think that's majority of it right there, right? I don't know if I showed the 4-4-1-1. If I have not though, then here it is right there. But this one's pretty much very similar to the 4-5-1 flat, which is very nice as well. Might even be, that formation might actually be better than this one. But this one does have 2 CMs and a cam, as opposed to the 3 CMs. You know, this one at least has the cam. So yeah, very attacking as well. Free flowing, you could say. Yeah, we got the wingers, and then you got obviously 2 CMs at build up. You know what, I'm actually thinking that deep lying, build up, and ball winning, you could actually have deep lying and build up for both, similar to the 4-2-2, which I just showed. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing in terms of the formations. Does it make sense? You can obviously play around with it, but yeah, I'll tell you my favorite one right now though is definitely, or the most OP one, the 4-2-1-3, of course. But the other one is probably going to be the 4-2-2, boys. Yeah, that's the video though. Top 5 best formations right now. All the codes will be in the top comment. Tell me what's your favorite right now. I will check you in the next one, man. Peace.